Craven Wings full court press. Tennessee loses to Vanderbilt 66-65. Rob, 11-game win streak for the Vols against the Commodores is over on a game winner at the gun. And it would end just like kind of the game played out. Another three by Vandy.
Yeah, Vandy hit 10 of them tonight. That was certainly a big deal. Didn't shoot an incredible percentage. They were 10 of 25, but when you get 10 of them to go into the game, that's tough to overcome. And Tennessee defensively was okay, but they weren't their normal, smothering cells. I mean, Vandy shot 40% from the floor. That's certainly better than most teams have done against Tennessee, or 44%. Definitely better. And the 10 threes, that's you can't stress how big that was. But man, there's a lot of weird. If I just hand you the stat sheet, and you didn't know the score, you might think Tennessee won. I mean, Tennessee just had 6 turnovers. They out-rebounded Vanderbilt 37-29. They had 13 offensive boards that they turned into 18 points. That's a big number. But, in the end, in crunch time, they just did not make the plays to win.
Nope, up 65-63. Vanderbilt only had 2 fouls at this point, so they had to foul a bunch. Julian Phillips had a chance for a breakaway dunk and pulled it back out. And everybody, all the commentators on TV and such were smart play. And in other circumstances, that would have been a smart play, but a chance to go up 4, knowing that at the end of the day, you're going to have all these fouls, and then it's going to come down to 1-and-1s. And, Tennessee had one of their best guys at the line, best could be missed. And, Vanderbilt comes back down with the game winner. What did Rick say after the game, just about, that sequence? Because he did not look pleased.
You did not agree with the commentators who thought it was a smart play, to put it mildly. We get the YouTube comments up on the website, so anybody can go see for themselves. And he wasn't throwing Julian under the bus or anything like that, but he didn't dance around it. He was like, "You got to dunk that ball right there." I think there was 18 seconds left, maybe, and part of Rick's thinking was that you were going to have to inbound it 4 more times with Vandy going for steals, and in addition to going for the fouls, you're giving them 4 more chances to blow up an inbounds play while they fouled. Obviously, hindsight's 2020. After if you'd have told me before the game, like, "Hey, we won't even play it, we're going to send Vescovi to the line. If he hits 2 shots, Tennessee wins," I would have taken that. I bet Rick Barnes would have taken that. But I was as surprised to see him miss that shot as anything I've seen in a while on a basketball court.
Tennessee wastes a good performance by Tyree Key. It was almost like, hey, I'm in the mid-state. This feels like the old school state tournament, and he all of a sudden started shooting it like that. A really solid night tonight. Got off more shots than he normally does. Made more shots than he normally does. Not a season high, but it's a season high in league play with 14 points. And then Tobey Awaka, 8 points and several huge rebounds in this basketball game as they leaned on him heavy.
Yeah, for Tyreek, I thought that was huge. And I know from talking with some people that the coaches have had a strong talk with him this week about, "Hey, man, you need to look for your offense more. You need to be more assertive out there." And he was. I mean, right from the gate, when he got the ball in a decent spot, a decent look, he was ready to fire away. And he had 10 points in the first half, which he's only been in double digits one time all of conference season. And so to get there in the first 20 minutes, that was a strong sign. He finished with 14. You mentioned Tobey. In retrospect, I mean, it's not funny, I guess, for some fans who are living and dying with it, but I had written that, in the last 3 minutes or so, that, wow, Coach Barnes really giving Tobey a vote of confidence tonight. He's got him on the floor in crunch time. And then about a minute later, Rick rescinded that vote of confidence when Tobey fouled a 3-point shooter. Kind of a classic freshman move. But I thought that was a really positive sign for both those players, because Tennessee's going to – I mean, they need more from somebody. It doesn't necessarily have to be those 2 guys every night, but I think that, we can all agree that this team needs a few more guys, a couple more guys at least, to step up and do more than they've been doing. So I thought that was, maybe one positive you could take from what otherwise was a really disappointing night.
You've been around the team after the game. Josiah Jordan-James went out. Any news on him at this point?
Rick called it a sprained ankle and didn't seem so upset about it. Now, I would imagine that will cause him to miss, a game or 2 again. I'm just speculating. We don't have anything, but unless they get back to Knoxville and, he undergoes some more tests or something that reveals more significant damage, Right now, they're calling it a sprained ankle, and Rick didn't seem he was far more upset at the outcome of the game than he was concerned about Josiah's status. So, and I'm not saying he was dismissive of Josiah or his health or anything like that. I'm just saying, just being around Rick for a long time, his body language and the way he was talking did not lead you to think that it was something long term.
Gotcha. Well, that's the Craven Wings Full Court Press. Don't forget to get those pre-orders in for Super Bowl Sunday before the big game this week. And don't forget, the first of the 3 weekends of semifinals of the Grim Reaper Challenge starts at the location out of Foothills Mall in Maryville. That comes up on Saturday. For more information on that, go to the Craven Wings Facebook page.
AP, are you telling me the Craven Wings is going to incorporate the Grim Reaper peppers?
Yes.
Oh my God, I might have to go look at that.
Grim Reaper Challenge, Rob Lewis, out there, Foothills Mall in Maryville this weekend. The semifinals. If you make it to the finals, it'll be against Jacob Warren. Although Jacob, I think, is going to be forced to actually eat the Grim Reaper this year. Last year, he was eating something like barbecue.
I think I'll be a spectator.
Still lost. He's Rob Lewis. I'm Austin Price. Tennessee falls 66-65 to the Vanderbilt Commodores. This has been the Craven Wings Full Court Press.
When you're craving wings, it's got to be Craven Wings. Online at cravenwings.com.